Tragic news coming in from Bengaluru, ladies and gentlemen. A 22-year-old girl was killed after her car was stuck in an underpass which was completely waterlogged. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is set to reach the hospital to meet the family members of this 22-year-old girl. This comes as heavy rains lashed Bengaluru, and those visuals on your screen. This 22-year-old girl's car was stuck in an underpass which was completely waterlogged, and she has unfortunately passed away. My colleague Ritu gets us this report from Ground Zero.
In a sad incident, that 22-year-old girl lost her life. So this is that car in which this whole incident took place. After that, this vehicle that got stuck in the waterlogged underpass in Chaos Circle. So that you can see in the visual that how it looks like at this point in time, where this 22-year-old girl was sitting in the rear seat. So that's the place where she was exactly sitting. Well, there were also other 5 members in the same car. So many people who did see this particular car getting submerged into the waterlogged underpass. So they tried rescuing these members. So 5 of them were being rescued on the spot. However, the fire and emergency team also reached the spot immediately to take this vehicle out of that waterlogged road. But by then it was really late that the locals who were here could rescue 5 members, but 22-year-old girl couldn't come out of this car, so she got stuck over there. And what we are given to understand from the hospital team is that right after that she was being moved from this particular location to the hospital. She was even more critical, and yes, now she has also been declared dead as well.
The tragic news coming in from Bengaluru, and once again another life lost to the crumbling infrastructure in the IT capital of the country. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, in these scenes on your screen, this underpass got waterlogged, and this 22-year-old girl, a young girl, lost her life because her car got stuck. I'm joined by my colleague Ritu, who got us that ground report on the phone line. Ritu, another tragedy hits the IT capital. When will this come to an end?
Well, you see, in yet another incident that had been reported today is that after the heavy rains in the IT city Bengaluru, where this particular car that you can see on the screen, you see, that entered the waterlogged area, the underpass way in the Chaos Circle. And of course, in the car is what we are given to understand is that the family members were traveling from the Andhra Pradesh, so where they were here in the city to explore the city. So they went to Kaban Park and they were heading back to their location, and that's when this whole incident took place. Where all of them did get stuck inside the car itself. So the locals who were there around tried rescuing these members. So yes, locals succeeded in rescuing 5 of them, while this particular girl, 22-year-old girl, Bhanu, got stuck inside the car itself. So she was sitting in the rear seat of the car, and she couldn't come out of the car though. So though the people around tried, breaking that window as well of the car, but nothing worked out. By then, a lot of water that had entered into her body, and therein she did feel very suffocated because she couldn't breathe. However, she was being rushed to the hospital, and right at the hospital is when that she was also been declared by the hospital officials that she is brought dead. And now this is another incident, of course, as you mentioned, coming to the light after the heavy rains in the city. But yes, what we do know that the CM Siddaramaiah also visited the spot and later point went to hospital as well, the Mata's hospital, where the family members were rushed. And yes, the Chief Minister also spoke to the family members, and also that the Siddaramaiah also told that the 5 lakh rupees will be given to the family members, and all that treatment will be taken care by the government. But however, needs to be seen now, because every time we did see that in the October last year how things had panned out in the city because of the heavy rains, and now that the monsoon entering into the early monsoon again in the IT city, how is that the Congress government is really going to handle and tackle these all civic issues there?
Absolutely.